up, y'all? It's DMC, the K-I-N-G. I'ma say this once, I ain't gonna say it again. DMC in the place to be, and the place for you to be is right here with Fred White. Tales from the Pen. Yeah, that's it.
What's up, people? I'm back. Fred White, Tales from the Pen. If you're new to the channel, go down and hit the subscribe button. Click the bell notification and then click the word all. This way, anytime I put up a video, you will know about it. You guys saw that? You got caught. For those who missed the video prior to this one, go back and watch that one. I discussed that case a little bit. But if you're just tuning in for the first time, there was a case in Chicago where a dad had his daughter and they were going through a McDonald's drive-thru. And the ops ran up on them, let off 14 shots into the car, and they killed a seven-year-old little girl. She got hit 6 times, the father once. The father allegedly refused to talk to the cops. And the father allegedly, not allegedly, did videos at enemy grave sites where he pissed and defecated on their graves. And his daughter paid the price. And you see that kid right there? You know, they knew exactly who did it. Let me just start there. Because, as I always say, there's confidential informants in every hood in America. If you're a big gang or a big organization, from a street level to an upper echelon, right? To mob guys, to mob clan, whatever. There's confidential informants in everyone. Definite, 100%. So, when stuff like this happens, this is what they do. They call their confidential informants. Who did that? Oh, him? Who else? Right. Oh, so he was in the back seat? He was... Got you. This is who did it. And then they go after him. So apparently they went after... There was a few of them. They didn't catch all of them yet. But they went after this one guy. And as you see, he went out. He tried to go out with a fight. Allegedly, he had 2 guns. One of them, I believe, was the AK. AK-47. Waving it around. Allegedly, he crashed his car, and it was traffic, so he couldn't really go too many places, and tried to carjack another car. And that's when they shot him. Bam! He got shot, I believe, in the shoulder. Now, a few things here. First of all, I don't care what gang he is or what organization he is, he's going to have problems in jail. You can't shoot innocent kids and walk around population like it's okay. You can't kill a little 7-year-old innocent child and walk around like it's okay. Even his own people, even his own organization, whatever he may be down with, might turn their back on him, even though he did it for that, right? He did it allegedly. You know, the gang wars going on out there in Chicago. Allegedly, that's just what I hear. So this is a regular occurrence out in Chicago, where these kids is killing kids, and these kids is killing each other. Now that guy's gonna go to jail, and again, he's gonna have problems. You can't kill a baby in jail. You can't do it. I remember this one dude, he used to call himself Godfather, something like that. And he was going after somebody. He was trying to shoot at them from down the block. And he hit a kid. He came to jail as a reputable, you know, known figure. But he came to jail and dudes, you know, dudes did him dirty. Stabbed him, cut him, all types of stuff. You can't do stuff to innocent kids. You can't do that. Just can't do it. And it's really sad, again, that a little girl had to pay for what her father did, or the lifestyle her father was living. It's sad. Out there in Chicago, it's different. It's like, you come out the house, you that gang, whatever's on your block. I seen a documentary on King Von, and he said that. He said, wherever you from, that's what your gang is. He said, because if you came out the house and you weren't a gang member, you were getting beat up. So a lot of these kids, it's like forced. They're forced. They're forced into these things. And it's really, really sad. And these kids is going back and forth playing Call of Duty with real life weapons, with real life people. These dudes ain't playing video games. They're playing it for real. Grand Theft Auto and all the rest of these games. These dudes is really living it. You know, and for what? Because, you know, sometimes you don't think when you're running up on this op and you got the drop on him and you're about to put one in his head, that you're killing a whole family when you shoot that man. When you shoot him in his head, and he could be a father, he could be a brother, he's somebody's son. He's somebody's son. You know, these are the things we don't think about when we're dumping 14 shots into a car driving at McDonald's. I don't believe that that kid thought that there was a baby in that car, because the tints were really, really dark all over the car. I don't believe they saw the baby and then did that. I mean, again, I could be wrong. I'm just saying from a, you know, because you see people doing all types of stupid things around the world, but I don't think that that was that case. I think they just knew that that was his car. They knew he was an enemy, and he was at the drive-thru. He couldn't get away, and they, you know, they tried to get him. And his precious, precious, beautiful baby girl paid the price. So sad. But they got one of them, and they know who all of them are. Believe that. Believe that. The informants is getting paid this week. Woo-wee, they're getting a bonus. They getting a bonus. And then you know what else is sad is that the kid, you know, that allegedly, you know, did this, and the kid who got shot yesterday with the police, he's gonna wake up years later down the line. Like he may be, you know, his name may be buzzing right now. When he's gonna wake up 10, 15 years down the line, still in prison, and he's gonna realize, what the hell did I do? Because he'll have enough time behind the wall to understand what I've been saying forever. The hood don't love you. He's not gonna get a package. He's not gonna get commissary. Very rarely gonna get visits. And he's gonna realize, wow, I threw my life away and ruined other people's lives. Because when he killed that little girl, he ruined so many people's lives. He affected so many people. She had siblings. She had such a big family, such a loving family she come from. Those shots at the McDonald's drive-thru tore a whole family apart. And again, you know, we've been kind of hard on the father. You know, a lot of people, as well as myself, you know, feel a lot of his actions caused why his little girl isn't here anymore. However, let's just think about what he's going through too as well. He got shot, and he saw his little girl. He saw her bullet-ridden body. We just see the beautiful pictures of her. His memories forever is gonna be that. No matter how much joy and how much stuff he's seen his child do, he's gonna remember looking in the back seat and seeing his beautiful baby girl's bullet-ridden body. And I think that he's gonna suffer more than anything on the outside world could do to him, more than anybody else could say, because they're killing him online. But how could you kill somebody or something that's probably already dead inside? He's probably already dead inside. They took his little girl. He's at the bottom. He's at the bottom of that barrel. So nothing you can say to him, it's probably nothing that he already don't know, and he already done beat up himself about, and he will beat up himself for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life. He's not going to be able to sleep. And his life changed. You see, people, there's so many consequences to your actions. You got to be careful what you're doing. You got to be careful in these streets. You know, it's crazy because, you know what? I came home after doing all those years, right? And then I walked up my block and I seen the stop sign that was still there when I left as a teenager. That stop sign was still there 16 years ago. Then I walked up to the park. And I walked by the basketball courts, and I looked around and I said, these 4 rims were still here when I left. For a block and a hood that I fought so hard for. I went away and everything stayed the same. Everything stayed the same. Because I don't own those basketball courts. I didn't own that stop sign. I didn't own the park I hung out in. Some of us get caught up in that. This is my block. This is my hood. I was one of them. But I came home and that stop sign was still there. The basketball courts, the swings, a few more slides. Wasn't mine. The block wasn't mine. The hood wasn't mine. And life goes on. Life goes on. So to you kids thinking about getting involved in a certain lifestyle, you have to understand there are consequences to your actions. There are consequences to your actions, and you will be put in life and death situations. You will be put into ride or die situations. You will have to put your life on the line in certain situations. When you get involved in these organizations, that's the way it goes. You may even lose your life. Again, some of these organizations is do or die. And not everybody are doers. Not everyone is a doer. You see, you have to realize, kids, the streets are an illusion. 1 minute you're popping and you're lit and you're there, and poof, one day you're not. But one thing certainly happens. Life goes on. Do something productive with your life. Do something good with your life. You know, it's funny because I seen the Mets yesterday. They were wearing their Jackie Robinson uniforms. Everyone had the number 42. Because when the rest of the league did it last week, the Mets had a rain out or something. They didn't play that day. So it was yesterday. But Jackie Robinson had a quote. He said, life is not important except for what you could do for others and other lives. You see? Positive message. Great man. So with that positive message, we're going to change the vibe a little bit. Again, you guys know it's Autism Awareness Month. And I started the drive last week, a little late in the month. But I will be donating to a school out here in Brooklyn, Francis of Biola. It's a school that deals with kids with learning disabilities. A non-for-profit organization who relies on donations and volunteer work. So I figured it only right that we organize something. You know, last video I gave a shout out to everyone who donated so far. And I got a couple more to add to the list. Shout out to my boy Orlando Diaz. Shout out to my boy O. And shout out to Russell Lamboy, good friend of mine since we're kids. Popped up out of nowhere. You know how Facebook is. You know, we've been in... We were friends for a while on Facebook, but we haven't communicated in a long time. So, shout out to him. You know, he was telling me a positive story. How his son, when he was little, was diagnosed with all types of multiple sensory issues. And he's happy to report today that his son is about to be 18 and graduating with his pilot's license. And in August, he's off to pursue his dream. So he had that message. One could do anything with love and guidance. That was his message. And that's my message to you guys. So if anybody wants to donate, the Cash App is Tales from the Pen. Just like the channel, just like my Instagram, Tales from the Pen. My PayPal is Tales from the Pen 5279. So again, Cash App, Tales from the Pen. PayPal, Tales from the Pen 5279. And on that note, people, you already know the motto. Experience is the greatest teacher. But somebody else's experience could be just as valuable if you pay attention and listen. And on that note, people, Fred White, signing off.